How's it going, YouTube? Today we are working on the 91 Jeep Wrangler, the LS swap. This is pretty much my main project. I have my other Jeep as well, but this one is the fun one, getting a turbo right now. So figured I would kind of document most of it as I try and progress through it slowly but surely. So I guess I'll turn you guys around now and show you where we're at right now. All right, so I've got my engine harness pulled. Before this, I had just a stock harness cut down to be just like a standalone. So basically, I had a stock Gen 3 harness cut down. It was a little bit of a rat's nest. So we're moving on from that. We have a Terminator that's going to be going in here shortly, but we have the manifold and turbo in right now just for some mock-up application. It's all going to be coming out today. I am planning on pulling all this so I can clearance this a little bit more where my coolant plug is for my head. Clearance all of my spark plug area so I can actually fit some plug wires in there on my manifold, since this is just a cheap eBay special one, and see where that takes us. In the near future, probably after I end up finishing all that, I am going to have to pull my grill and everything off so I can clearance the whole center section out for my intercooler sitting off to the side. But I think today, after I finish all that on this side of the exhaust, I'm going to end up dropping this exhaust down and mocking up my crossover so that way I can full weld that out eventually here. But I'm going to get to work and I'll check in with you guys shortly. All right, so we got this exhaust all pulled off for the turbo and everything. Started cleaning up the head at least a little bit on there. We are clearancing this out a lot so that way we can get some plug wires in there. Getting there. Dremel died on me, so we got to take a break for a minute on that. But when that's up charging, we got the exhaust on this side pulled. You can see back there, pretty nasty exhaust leak right there because my bolts were missing, or broken at least. I had one broken off in the head. So got that one out on there and gonna get those ARPs I have swapped in. So I pulled that up right now. And yeah, gonna go ahead and clean the head, get that manifold put back on, and keep working. So, all right, well, we got the inners pulled now, pulled the inner fenders off just to give myself a little more room in here. Makes it a little bit easier to actually picture where things are gonna run when it's all said and done. So we got the manifolds ported decently, so that way we can at least run some plug wires in there. Still gonna get some nice plug wires so that way they don't interfere at all, but that's the least of my worries right now. Obviously, this thing doesn't run. Got the other side pulled out, cleaned the head off on this side a little bit. Thought I had a bolt out of that one actually, in that back bolt, but it is broken off in the head over there. So that one's gonna be fun. I'll get that one eventually. I don't really have the tools accessible right now to be able to get that one off, but we did swap over the oil cooler fitting right there, so that way I've got a AN line or an AN fitting at least, so that way I can get ready to run my AN lines, which I've got. Just haven't got those ran yet, so it's starting to come together. Not a ton of work tonight, but every little bit helps as we're getting her going. I mean, got to do what we can right now until we have all the tools and fittings accessible to me. I guess I'll bring you guys around to the interior right now as well. We got the switch panel and quick release wheel. So I had my mechanical gauges sitting up here, but those are gone now. Gonna have to build something to fit my little 3.5-inch Holley handheld in. But again, not super important right now. I don't even have the Holley ran yet, but she is eventually gonna be a lot of fun when she's back together. So yeah, well, that's gonna do it for me for tonight. I appreciate you all tuning in. It's going to be a long journey with this project. So if you guys want to follow along, please, I'd appreciate if you guys like, follow, subscribe. We will see you guys on the next one. And also go out and follow my boys John, Scott, and Rich on Rich Rules. They are part of the reason that this is where it's at today. I spent a lot of time up in Michigan with them and appreciate where I'm at right now with it. And we'll see you guys in the future. Thanks for tuning in.